everyone. Today we're going to hear from Salmon and this beautiful message, medicine, and meaning. Longing, change, and internal compass. If you love hearing from the animals, please subscribe. And you can even let me know which animal you might want to hear from next. Over the astonishing course of their lives, salmon radically change everything. Typically born in small freshwater streams, they migrate downstream. As their cells adjust to the salt, they eventually call the ocean their home. Swimming the seas for years and thousands of miles, they feed and grow, changing color and shape as they thrive. Salmon are wild forces of nature, showing us we can drastically modify any aspect of our lives. Just because we were born in one place doesn't mean we have to stay. If we were programmed or taught a specific way of life, religion, family dynamic, language, or system, we by no means have to maintain those values. It might be time to run with salmon, embrace a new home or job, or travel the vast and generous earth. Your body does not need to feel or look the same way over your entire lifetime either. Salmon is your guru, demonstrating that as our hormones, age, desires, and attention morphs, so will our appearance and how we feel internally. She embraces this transitioning and moves gracefully through her physiological, psychic, and physical adaptations. The most incredible attribute of this spirit is their wayfinding. When they are ready to reproduce, salmon begin their epic journey home. They retrace millions of fin strokes to the mouth of their birth river using the Earth's magnetic field. They are swimming compasses. Once they have located their river, they become freshwater species once again. With a remarkable, powerful sense of smell, they trace their way back to the tributary their parents spawned them in. This is often hundreds of miles upstream over rapids, waterfalls, and obstacles, where animals of all shapes and sizes love to eat them. No bother, salmon will not be deterred. And eventually they arrive at home to mate. Look to this incredible spirit when life seems too daunting, when the goal seems too distant and the healing too difficult. Take your salmon medicine and begin. Tune in, calibrate, and sense the way to all you desire to manifest. Feel the longing of salmon as you swim in this awake time. With your master plan in mind, break off the part of the journey that you can rock today and get after it. Trust your internal compass and the way will be illuminated. Let the currents of source direct your flow in dream time. Suspended perfectly, free of time and space restrictions, your internal navigation will align. Your data, location, information, frequencies, and inspiration will combine into genius. Salmon medicine. I am a powerful electromagnetic being capable of finding anything in my outer reality that I have already created in my heart. I love to reorganize my body systems to their fullest, healthiest, and vibrant state. When I feel a pull or a longing, I listen with my senses and follow my intuition towards that which inspires me. I am in flow. I hope you enjoyed salmon medicine and take this into your day and into your dream time. What a beautiful message. Good Sunday morning, everyone. It is full moon energy. We are going to hear from Salmon today. And I've got some really gorgeous footage while we listen to the message. I know here it has been feeling kind of spring-like, and with the full moon, it's we're all itching to get out. Get out, move out, have some change, be different. And when I read Salmon last night and this morning, it was all about that. So the key words for Salmon are longing, change, and internal compass. And I realized that it's the combination that make the combination of these three concepts, words, main ideas that that make the medicine work, that make it an elixir as opposed to just three ideas out there. When they're combined, that's when we have the power of the salmon. So let's hear the message and then unpack that a little bit. That's my intuition on how this should go. The blending of the three. So longing, change, and internal compass. And watch these beautiful salmon as your heart listens to this message. Over the astonishing course of their lives, salmon radically change everything. Typically born in small freshwater streams, they migrate downstream. As their cells adjust to the salt, they eventually call the ocean their home. Swimming the seas for years and thousands of miles, they feed and grow, change color and shape as they thrive. Salmon are wild forces of nature, showing us we can drastically modify any aspect of our lives. Just because we were born in one place doesn't mean we have to stay. If we were programmed or taught a specific way of life, religion, family dynamic, language, or system, we by no means have to maintain those values. It might be time to run with the salmon, embrace a new home or job, or travel the vast and generous earth. Your body doesn't need to feel or look the same way over your entire life either. Salmon is your guru, demonstrating that as our hormones, age, desires, and attentions change, so will our outer appearance and how we feel internally. She embraces this morphing and moves gracefully through her physiological, psychic, and physical adaptations. The most incredible attribute of this spirit is their wayfinding. When they're ready to reproduce, salmon begin their epic journey home. They retrace millions of fin strokes to the mouth of their river, by their birth river, by using the Earth's magnetic field, the torus field. They are swimming compasses. Once they locate the river, they become freshwater species once again. With a remarkably powerful sense of smell, they trace their way back to the tributary their parents spawned them in. This is often hundreds of miles upstream, up rapids, waterfalls, and obstacles, where animals of all shapes and sizes love to eat them. No bother, salmon will not be deterred. Eventually, they arrive home to mate. Look to this incredible spirit when life seems too daunting, when the goal seems too distant and the healing too difficult. Take your salmon medicine and begin. Tune in, calibrate, and sense the way to all you want to manifest. Feel the longing of salmon as you swim in this awake time. With your master plan in mind, break off the part of the journey that you can rock today and get after it. Trust your internal compass, the way will be illuminated. Let the currents of source direct your flow in this dream time. Suspended perfectly, free of time and space, restriction, your internal navigation will align. Your data, location, information, frequencies, and inspiration will combine into genius. Let's just pause that. Salmon medicine. I am a powerful electromagnetic being capable of finding anything in my outer reality that I have already created in my heart. I love to recreate and reorganize my body systems to their fullest, healthiest, vibrant state. When I feel a pull or a longing, I listen with all of my senses and follow my intuition towards that which inspires me. I am in flow. So let's unpack that as we're kind of swimming in that message. Those three key words of longing, change, and internal compass. So I'm feeling right now, what I'm hearing is that this is an alchemy, a blending of those three things. So, first of all, we have longing. And, longing can be really uncomfortable, it can be really annoying. It can be inspiring. It inspires us to do stuff. It's a driving force. It can be persistent. And for me, I know if it's a true longing, it gets louder over time, and it can even be painful. There are longings for something, like a bar of chocolate. There are longings for having a baby, longings for making a move. So all kinds of longings. And then we have change. So also, like longing, very ambiguous, very general, not super specific. Can be hurtful, can be harmful, can be amazing. A change can be very fast. An accident can happen; it can completely change your life. A chance meeting, I've met just total chance meeting, and you talk to that person, and your life has changed forever. You can't imagine life without that person. So, once again, it can be fast, life-changing, good, bad, painful, beautiful, short-lived. Like you can make a change to your diet and give it up in a day. You can change. You wake up one day and you're so sick of how you feel. You are going to change your relationship or quit your job and make sure that it sticks with will. I'm going to make this change and it's going to be a lifetime. So once again, change, longing, they're all kind of ambiguous. When we add our internal compass, and by that I'm feeling that's our wayfinding, that's our direction, and that is from all of the information that's out there, all of your ideas, all of your the pieces that make your all your ingredients, right? I keep seeing this like a recipe or alchemy. What are we making here? We're making this great life. So we're taking all of this data, we're taking all of this feedback, opinions of others, our circumstances, like why do people not leave a relationship or not quit a job? Those are usually the big ones. Or not buy a house. They're fearful of something. They're fearful of discomfort. We like to have money. We like to have food. We like to, a lot of times it's programming. We're in a routine, or we're programmed by our parents. A lot of it's unconscious. I mean, almost everything is unconscious. So the reasons we stay in places, but that longing will start knocking. And maybe it's been knocking for a while, right? So it's finding our center, quieting everything else. Yes, we have all these ingredients. We have how our life is set up, which for each of us is so different. And then we have everyone's opinions, and maybe we've been watching the news too much, but really distilling it down to what is truly yours, what is mine, what feels right to me, what's in alignment. And right or wrong, I've known in the past, one way I help make myself make tough decisions is I have this longing for the future, and I also know what I don't want to feel like. And so that can also help. You don't want to, if you've felt heartbreak before, of course you don't want to feel that. But you also don't want to make a fast change and then just repeat a program. So I think the internal compass part that takes practice, and it takes, everyone's got different tools for doing that. And sometimes we have our really trusted friends, right? So finding alignment, a lot of times, and I'm doing this more and more, and I have some beautiful friends who have been excellent guides with this, but it's that listening to your body. So if you feel pain, or you feel longing, or you feel anxiety, where is it? And is it the kind of feeling that's this is kind of scary, this is kind of anxious, this is a challenge? That's kind of a pull. If it's if it's something in the pit of your stomach, and so figuring out what is actually a good excitement just because it's new, and then what is maybe like a panic or a, oh my God, no. Learning what your body is telling you. So by taking our internal compass and asking good questions, we're taking something that's like a change. Okay, let's use the classic, which is a bad tattoo. So you want to make a change, you want to make a statement, and you haven't thought it through, and maybe you take a dare and you shave your head, or you get a tattoo of someone's a flag on your forehead, or so these, yes, that's a change. You might long for it for a second, but it's not perhaps really heartfelt. So you see this a lot with midlife crises that are awkward, affairs, different. Well, you could say I was longing for it, or I needed change, but is that really addressing your true longing, your true desire, your need to be heard, your need to be felt, you need to fulfill maybe what you've been covering up for years? So that might be the difference between when someone decides this yearning to have a baby is so powerful and so pure that everything doesn't have to be perfect. What society says is imperfect, or is imperfect, is actually correct, because this is my longing and I feel this pull towards that. So it's the difference between, maybe not that things won't hurt in some ways, but that it is this true and genuine desire. And I think actually maybe that's one of the key components, is that if you don't actually know the outcome and you can't control it, but you're pulled in that direction anyway, it like almost like stepping off that cliff of the unknown. I know that's what it was like having kids. It was just like, this is something I am pulled to do. Life is extremely imperfect right now, and this isn't maybe how society says it's set up. I don't have the answers, but I am pulled in this way. So, and maybe that is the difference. Maybe, it doesn't have to be the known. You don't have to have it all figured out. I think that's part of the excitement of taking a trip, or deciding this job is not good for me, and taking the steps to find a new one. Those are just the examples that keep jumping to mind, because our relationships, our jobs, illness, these are things that are our main drivers. And what happens is, I think, over time, and this is actually a really important thought that just came in, when we don't listen to our longings, to our true longings, and when we don't do our reprogramming and stay in situations, or keep habits that we know aren't good for us, over time our light diminishes. We can get lazy. I know in the past I've gotten lazy in some ways, and I'm not shining my brightest, and that's actually obviously a disservice to ourselves and to everyone around us. But our health starts to fail. We start making worse decisions, and over time we know that's when disease sets in. So I think it's good to honor our longings, and at least really dive into them, and maybe speak with trusted people about them, and know then when to call it, when to make the change, when enough is enough. And just understand that life might look totally different. And this could be with simple things, this could be with like really difficult things. But yeah, maybe you're tired of feeling a certain way, or a certain repetition or cycle, or a certain outcome. And what's the saying? We should make a t-shirt, right? If you do what you did, then you get what you got. If we keep doing the same things, we're going to keep feeling the same way. So kind of listening to that salmon whisper, okay, I like how this feels. I've noticed this keeps feeling bad. And learning how to follow our heart and follow that calling, because this life is extremely precious. This journey, life is this journey. So sometimes these changes can be simple. Sometimes the decisions are, am I ready to, like I went through this, am I ready to go to a restaurant? Well, it feels good because I'm going to be with my friends. I'm going to laugh. So then that is the decision that's in alignment for me. Everyone's making different decisions right now, but I think it's the intention behind them, making sure it's genuine, and then following that longing or making that change. So little things, huge things, difficult things, hard, painful, beautiful, combined with that internal compass. I think that's when we can tap into Salmon's greatest power and really, start to listen and resonate. And it gets easier. So dropping in, meditation, breath, all the same things. We know these tools work. So the past couple weeks have been definitely challenging. I know for me, and some of the questions I was asking myself, and I realized it was probably Salmon asking them, I think would be amazing to utilize this week. And so I wrote them down. Let's look here. Okay, is this decision or change for a greater life and for the greater good? Not necessarily the easiest, not even unpainful, not necessarily, difficult or undifficult, but is it for the greater good? Is this in alignment? So is it something that if you did yesterday, you'd still be good with? Is it something that, resonates with you, your core? Is it genuine? If it is, okay, that's an answer. Am I putting this off because it's hard or uncomfortable? That could be a conversation. It could be doing the dishes. It could be, making a major life change or instilling a habit or spending some money, whatever it is. Am I putting it off because it's hard or uncomfortable? So that helps you calibrate, that helps you navigate. Is this resonating with me, or is it resonating with a program? And that's important, because if something doesn't feel good, but you keep doing it, a lot of times it's that unconscious program that's playing in the background. So like a computer, whether we're a simulation or not, like a computer, if there's a bunch of stuff running in the background, that's taking up RAM, that's your unconscious. And you may be, even though it's a bad habit, or it's not the best thing for someone, or why keep stubbing your toe? Well, if that happened a lot when you were a kid, you need to look at your programming. So is it resonating with me, or is this a program? And then is this decision, and this is great because it's the little things, it's the big things, it's all of it. Is this decision an intentional action, or is it a reaction? So, what I'm feeling, is this a trigger? Well, that's a reaction. I want to be intentional with the chemicals I put in my body. So I'm not going to tell this story anymore, or I'm going to wait to email that person back, or I'm going to, no, this really is the right thing to do today, or I do want to eat that, or you know what, I am going to call that person. Like this is intentional. This is, and so these are the questions. Those are the outlined questions. And maybe I'll just copy and paste them into the comments. It's really been helping me. And with Salmon, it's been, this is salmon season. It is spring. It's full moon. We're all sick as F of COVID and not seeing our loved ones as much as we want, or, all the judgment, all the crap that comes with it. So many layers. So if we can move through this time with intention, using our discernment and our internal compass, then the changes and the longing can be really directed and really powerful. So have a beautiful week. If you would like to make salmon and these other message is yours. Please visit heartfeltoracle.com. It's really been a guiding force in my year, and I just love hearing from all of you and the difference it's making, and what the medicine's doing in your life. So, have a beautiful week.